Happy Payday Friday or Saturday morning, perhaps. I'm not sure what day it's going up. It is a paycheck week. Look, Luna is joining me. She's so excited. She can barely contain it. I really don't know what my new paycheck is going to look like with the 2 raises I've recently gotten, because I had stipends, and again today I have a small stipend included in my paycheck, and they changed up how they do our healthcare premium. In previous years, they would just not charge us for 4 paychecks, but what they decided to do this year is they're going to keep deducting our healthcare premium, but give us a credit for that if we get our yearly physical. So I don't know if that's going to change anything with my budget for the next 4 pays, but today it's going to be a much higher income. Let's take a look. Actually, before we get to my income, we'll just start up here with goals. Dedicating time to reselling, the Teal Pumpkin project, and decluttering have been like non-existent. My full-time job as a teacher has just been crazy, and I just haven't had any other time. Consistency with posting, I'm doing pretty good with that. There's a lot going on this month in October. It's my anniversary coming up soon. So if you saw my recap of my no spend challenge in September, you'll know that we spent $400 on our anniversary. I'll let you guys know what's going on with that after it happens. Also, we have Halloween. I'm all ready for Halloween. I've already spent money on Halloween candy. If you watched my budgeting videos throughout September, you'll see all that spending. Nibbling number 3 still has yet to make its arrival. He or she is a week or so late until you guys see this video. I don't know what will happen, but we're still on baby watch. And then federal student loans resume this month. My payment will come out on the 22nd. I'll give you all the deets later in the month with that. So make sure you hit subscribe and don't miss out on any of these details. Over here to income, this is so exciting. My check for this paycheck is $2,048.13. Whew. It's a big one. I wish they all looked like that, but I will take it. I'm going to set reselling to zero for right now, and I'm not really sure what's going to be happening with that, especially if I'm going to see this baby when it's born. I don't know how it's going to work out this month. So let's just put that to 0. Let's go down here to my fixed expenses, which are pretty much the same all the time. However, today is the last time that I don't pay my union dues. So with the October 20th paycheck, then the dues will start up again. I'm estimating them to be about $55, and I hope that's pretty close. They haven't told us that there's any changes, but you never know what can happen. Life insurance comes out on the 17th, so that needs to be budgeted for this paycheck. Car insurance won't come out till the 20th, so that will come out of the next paycheck. So we have $428 for fixed expenses. Down here for my debt, I have budgeted $1,000 to go towards my private student loan. I don't think that I actually scheduled for that payment. Nope, I didn't. And the reason I did that is I wasn't quite sure if I was rolling anything over from September. Ooh, I forgot to include, well, I'll do that in a minute. And then I also wasn't sure what this paycheck was going to look like if I could put a little bit more towards my private student loan. I'm not sure what I want to do there yet, so we're just going to leave it sit for right now. I've budgeted $50 to go on my credit card. I don't need to do that because my credit card is 0 right now, so let's just keep that at 0. Federal student loan is coming out on the 22nd, so I could really take that out of the October 20th paycheck if I need to. For right now, I'm going to keep it out of this paycheck to kind of keep things a little bit more even. But should I need that money throughout the next 2 weeks, then I know it is there to use. My federal Perkins student loan will not come out until later in the month, so that's budgeted for the 20th as well. this $34.72 that went towards my credit card, that has already come out and cleared. All right, looking at savings, we're going to send $50 to the buffer account, $50 to my emergency fund, and $25 I budgeted for nibbling number 3, but I'm not starting that until nibbling number 3 is actually here. So we'll get to that later. Here's the confirmation to show that I sent $50, and that is for my that is for my buffer account. All right, well, it looks like I won't be transferring anything to the emergency account because the site isn't working. So more on that probably on Tuesday for Transfer Tuesday. Let's just do a check-in here with a quick review. So I didn't budget anything for a rollover, but I am rolling over $200. I had $2,048.13 for income. We have $428 in fixed expenses, $1,110.72 for debt, $100 for savings. I did move the $25 for my nibbling to the October 20th paycheck. And that leaves me with $609.41 from this paycheck. I had in my budget $306 left over to put towards variable expenses, and I do already have some variable expenses for the month. So let's just take a quick look at that, and then we'll do another review. Okay, so from Amazon, I bought a digital scale, like a kitchen size scale for my classroom. And then I also bought makeup. So I am going to separate them out because they're from different categories. All right, well, it seems that that is not the correct Amazon purchase. This is the Amazon purchase for my keypad, or I guess they call it a numpad. And that was $16.95. It's like a little computer keypad. I use it with my laptop at work because when I enter the grades, it's easier for me to use the numpad instead of the numbers across the top. Anyway, of course it was for work, but the one that I had batteries corrode inside over the summer. And my husband's like, well, why didn't you just clean it? And I'm like, I didn't know with the battery gunk all over that would be a really safe option. He says I should have just brought it home and asked him to do it, but I mean, it is what it is. And this one is Bluetooth, so I don't have to worry about like the dongle. Is that what it's called? Like the little like USB connector piece thing. I don't know. Let me just keep moving on here. So that will populate over here under work where I budgeted $50 for the month. I spent $16.95 so far, which leaves me with $33.05 for the month. I have $100 budgeted for nibbling number 3. I have $25 for miscellaneous, $25 for household, $20 for health, $25 for dining out, $10 for Diet Coke or coffee, and $51 for a haircut. Let me see now at my review here. With having the bigger paycheck and rolling over $200, I just want to see what this will look like on the review section if I make a $1,500 payment on my private student loan. Sorry, I'm like talking very weird and choppy. Okay, so if I do $1,500 on my private student loan, let me go up here to my budget. That leaves me with $109 for today's paycheck. So if I put $1,500 towards my private student loan, I will have $92 left from this paycheck to use for variable expenses. That actually kind of cuts into my $300 budget for my variable expenses. My haircut will have to wait, probably. Looks like it will be another low spend month, and I really need to get that money from reselling going. So as much as I hate to send As much as I hate to send that $500 towards the private student loan, it has to get paid at some time. So I might as well make that payment now instead of like paying the interest on it over the next couple weeks, couple months. Make the payment now, make the principal lower, and it will put me really close to my goal for the year with my private student loan. More to come in another video. Oh, it makes me a little anxious, a little nervous to make such a big payment, but let me do that on the other screen. I'm actually going to just pause for a second so I don't make a mistake. Be right back. There it is, $1,500 scheduled for October 6th. Oh my gosh, it's just, whew, it's such a big payment. It's like almost my whole paycheck, really. Wow. Feels so good to be able to not, like, I'm still a little anxious about it, but I'm not like stressed, like, oh my God, this is going to ruin me. Nothing better go wrong in the next 2 weeks. But I still feel anxious about it. Wow. Okay. $1,500 towards the private student loan. It's in processing, so I'm going to italicize it. Okay. And I still have money left over in my budget, $92 left in my budget for the next 2 weeks. Once this payment clears, I'm going to do an update for you guys, unless I'm out of town for this baby, if it ever decides to arrive. All right.